Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Monsul, the host, the producer, and the creator of this program called Communicating Today. We've been on Channel 10 for a long, long time, and almost 20 years now, and well over 500 shows. We've had many interesting programs for you in the past. I know that tonight will be absolutely no exception because we have a terrific show, one of the best shows we've ever done. We will be doing tonight with my wonderful guest, who's sitting, this beautiful lady who's sitting right alongside of me here, who was on our program about a year ago, Jantiena Fieyra. Before we do that, though, we want to make sure that you folks know we come on 3 times every week, every Sunday afternoon at 3:30, every Wednesday evening in prime time at 8:30 p.m., and every Friday morning for you early birds at 6:30 a.m. Now, we're going to be talking about a terrific program here. As I said before, my guest, Jantiena Fieyra. We met her, my wife and I, Dee, met Jantiena way back about 2 years ago in a place called the French Riviera in Cannes, France, during the Cannes Film Festival at a wonderful, beautiful old hotel called the Carlton Hotel, and we became very good friends. When she found out that we do a television show here in Fairfax, Virginia, she said, gee whiz, maybe I could be on your program someday. And lo and behold, a year ago, last June of 2008, she came on this show, and for her very first appearance on any kind of a television program, and she did a terrific job. And she was so inspired by our program a year ago that she decided that she wanted to produce her own show. So for the past year, she has been working very diligently on producing her own program. It has a title. And what is the title of your show, Jantiena?
The title is Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem is the title of her program, yes. And it means?
It means seize the day.
Seize the day or seize the moment. In other words, go for broke. Go for everything as much as you can in life itself. That's what it's all about. Now, we're not here to just talk about what happened in the past, but we have an excerpt, actually 11.5-minute excerpt of her very first TV production. She comes from Naples, Florida, where she produced this program. It's now on television down there. She sent me a DVD of it, and we're going to show you 11.5 minutes of it right now. Ed, run the DVD of Carpe Diem.
Welcome to the Carpe Diem show. This is a journey to communicate how beautiful life is. Life is a gift, and we all should cherish it. Today, I have 4 special guests, Mr. Janos from Art Gallery du Soleil, Marissa, Fashion, Tina, and the Lafayette restaurant in Naples. To Gallery du Soleil, a gallery for fine art and sculptures. Let's go inside. Today we are in the Art Gallery du Soleil in Naples, Florida. And next to me is the owner of the art gallery, Mr. Michael Winfeld. Michael, thank you for being here with me, and we will talk about a little bit about Martin Varro, the famous sculptor from Hungary.
Okay, well, thank you for coming today, and it'd be my pleasure to tell you about Martin and his work.
What, for example, is this?
Well, this is actually this is a bronze that was done from a maquette or a model for the Annunciation of Ave Maria, which is a Carrara marble, a sculpture being done out of Carrara marble It's actually 19 stones that you don't see the cut lines on here, but there'll be 19 stones that will comprise up the complete sculpture. And the Mary in that sculpture on the front of the oratory will be over 20 feet tall. So it's the largest depiction of the Annunciation in the world, and we're using the classical, Carrara marble from Carrara, Italy, out of the same quarries in the same valley that Michelangelo got all his marble. This one is more of a stone. You can see the tans and brown, and then we went and we rubbed out, the bronze, so you get the bronze reflecting through to.
This is bronze.
Yeah, the whole thing is a bronze sculpture. This is where we have a number of our other Italian artists and sculptors. These are Paolo Borghi's sculptures. He's a sculptor from just outside of Milan, and he's one of the few artists that is able to, do a bronze without destroying the original. He puts all the textures and everything in there. Andre Patrisi and Ciro Canzanella are both from Napoli. More of these themed, whether it's the Venetian, or he's also done a lot with the church.
Here we have another sculpture from the famous sculptor Martin Farrow, and Michael knows all about this.
Well, this is another style of Martin's work. I mean, he's considered a postmodern, sculptor, because he takes, traditional forms and traditional things and does them in a new and unconventional manner. This is one of the types of sculpture he's best known for, his cubes. You'll see that they're actually, based on his drapery studies that he does, but it's a completely different style of Martin's work, and it's more contemporary, more modern in style and scope. Each one of the blocks is really a sculpture in and of itself, and it's the combining of those blocks and changing the dynamics of it and changing the energy of it completely changes the work every time. So it's a very dynamic form and number of blocks that he uses and how he arranges them. And it can always be a different sculpture every time.
Right, yes, it's moving.
So
actually.
Yes. It's very mobile,
Yes.
and so that this is the other form that he's very famous for. Well, this is another style that Martin does. This is more the figurative. He likes to bring out the nature of the human form, but he also likes to keep the characteristics and property of the natural marble. So you'll see in a lot of his sculpture, he likes to leave, a lot of the natural marble exactly the way it came out of the mountain, and how different impurities have run down and stained the marble. Giuseppe Torelli, and he's from Piacenza, which is just southeast of Milan.
Here we have another sculpture from Martin Farrow, and Michael, can you tell me what is this all about?
This is another model or maquette that Martin did. This was for a project here in Naples, Florida. It's called the Fountain of the Four Seasons, and this was designed to be in the center of a fountain as a roundabout.
Today one of my guests is Tina Farnsworth from the Marissa collection in Naples. Welcome, Tina, to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
I'm pleased to be here.
And I would like to know something about the Marissa collections, the way they started in Naples, because I understood that they have a very long background to building up this fantastic shop.
Yes, we do. We started back in the 70s. Bert and Marissa Hardington began the store in a small storefront in Naples.
Right.
It quickly grew, and 35 years later we have 10,000 square feet. We feature every top designer. We have many exclusive products. We have fine jewelry, we have cosmetics, skincare, and we have several in-store boutiques: Valentino, Oscar de la Renta, Brunello Cucinelli, and Smashbox Cosmetics. Michael Kors is also a frequent guest of our store, and he has a boutique within the store as well.
I'm very impressed with your collection, especially your bags. You brought one with you.
Valentino. It's a very special. It's a very special bag for this season.
Yes, absolutely. And can you tell a little bit more about your other collections?
Yes, we carry many European designers, and Marissa was the first person to bring these designers to Naples. Naples didn't have a vast selection of clothing or places to buy other than the requisite t-shirt shops in Naples.
Right.
And she brought a new sensibility to Naples. People wanted to dress nicely, even going to the beach or going to their clubs. They wanted to look nice, and Marissa brought that in and has grown this business over the years. We still have loyal clients that have been with us for 35 years. Marissa, with her lightning memory.
I have as my special guest on the Carpe Diem show, Mrs. Astrid from the La Lafayette restaurant in Naples.
That's correct.
I pronounce this very well.
That's right,
C'est bon?
Le Lafayette.
Oui.
Très bon.
Okay, merci. Tell us something about how you came to Naples and started this restaurant.
Actually, we are the 5th generation of a restaurant business owner.
Right.
And we opened the restaurant in 2001, was my brother and sister and my parents. And then we want to share the French experience and the French flavor of food with the people here in Naples. So we create a nice French ambience, so
Right.
people without traveling around the world will feel just for a few hours in France.
Right. You have a lot of European here in Naples, and especially there is a whole group of French Alliance group.
Yes.
It will be very appreciated, French restaurant.
Yes, we are very reputed for our cuisine, and we have a chance then my brother Sebastian, he's the chef.
Right.
So he's making all the recipe, and the famous one will be the escargot or the goose liver, the foie gras sauté,
Oh yes, I love that. Yes.
the terrine, and so we kind of want to share all the French food experiences.
To the USA.
That's correct.
Absolutely. And there is nothing better than French food, isn't it? I mean, I love the French cuisine, especially the red wine with it will do well.
Yeah, a combination of wine
Yes.
and food and
Right,
French wine. We
right.
have a very great wine, of course, in France, as we're having champagne and the very good Bordeaux. And for the wine list at the restaurant, we do have.
Thank you for coming to the Carpe Diem show. Thank you, my guests, Tina, Frank, Janos, Astrid, to be here. Carpe Diem show is a show and a journey to communicate how beautiful life is. Life is a gift and we all should cherish it. Thank you very much and cheers at life.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, that was fantastic, Jantiena. That's your very first television effort in Naples, Florida.
Yes.
And I think it was absolutely beautiful. I hope you folks out there watching our program here on Channel 10 on Communicating Today appreciate the amount of time and effort and energy that Jantiena Fieyra put into her very first TV production after she was on our show about a year ago for her very first television appearance. I think she did a fantastic job, and we're so proud of her. And we compliment you and commend you 100% for that terrific effort. Now, I guess there's probably a couple of questions that we ought to ask you, Jantiena, for your very first television effort down there in Naples, Florida, that you had to go out and hire a crew of people. And
yes.
how did you go? Where did you find your crew?
I actually looked around in the golden pages, and I knew some people in Naples who had a TV production company, and I find two freelance people shooting the show. They shoot the show, so that was easy. But then I had to find the location, of course, and the clients, and that was a lot of work to do the pre-production.
Right. You know, I just got the halfway signal, Jantiena, and you know you were on our program last year. You know how quickly this half hour moves. And
Absolutely,
we always have a
yes.
policy of going back to the camera and back to our people watching our program, ladies and gentlemen, to reintroduce our show for those of you at home or where you work who may have tuned in a little bit late. We hope there weren't legions of you who did that, but just in case you did, our show is called Communicating Today. And I'm John Monsul, the host, the producer, and the creator of this program. We've been on Channel 10 here in Fairfax County for a long, long time. We're approaching almost 20 years, one of the longest running programs on Channel 10. We produce well over 500 shows, working our way up close to 600 right now. We come on every Sunday afternoon at 3:30, every Wednesday evening in prime time at 8:30 p.m., and every Friday morning for you early birds, as you're driving along to work early in the morning, we come on at 6:30 a.m. on Friday. We have as our very special guest on our program today, as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, a very, very lovely lady who's sitting right alongside of me here. Her name is Jantiena Fieyra. She comes from Naples, Florida, by way of France, Spain, Italy, Switzerland, Netherlands. Netherlands, by the way, is her home country, too. She comes from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. And she was nice enough to come on our program last year for the very first time, having never appeared on television before. Did a fantastic job, we thought. And we thought it would be very nice if we showed her very first TV show that we just showed you a few minutes ago, that 11-minute excerpt from her very first show entitled Carpe Diem.
Carpe Diem.
Seize the moment.
Right.
Seize the day, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, you had to go for that first program, Jantiena, and you had to find 3 very nice guests that you had on that show.
Yes.
How did you go about finding your guests?
Actually, I knew these people a long time, and they are all from European descent. The lady you saw in the French restaurant, she came with her whole family, all French people, to the United States. And the art gallery Du Soleil is actually a gallery who has a lot of European sculptors and painters in the collection. It's a fantastic gallery. And the other one is Marissa Collection in Naples. It's a lady from Poland who started with almost nothing and built up this wonderful collection. It's all high-end stuff, like Michael Kors has the whole collection, and Cucinelli and Valentino, and very, very nice store.
And these were people that and businesses that you actually frequented as a customer. You went in there and did shopping, and you got to know these people, and then when you decided to do your first program, you went to them and said, "Would you like to be on my first show?"
Yes, I went there and asked them if they were interested to be a guest on my show, and they were interested. And especially, I was looking for people who are from European descent.
Yeah. Because I know, as you and I were talking before the program, and as you and I were talking the last time you were on the show, that you decided that you wanted to get into something that would be very cultural, artistic, music, art, designers, museums, works of art, and that sort of thing. And you're a very cultural-minded person.
Right.
And you thought that it would be a very good idea if you could bring Europe to
the USA.
Yes. And eventually maybe reverse the procedure and bring the United States of America culture over to Europe.
Yes, yes.
And have an even exchange of cultures back and forth between these 2 different parts of the world.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
That's the central theme, the concept of the idea of your program.
Yes.
Which I think is a terrific idea.
And you have, of course, a lot of people in the United States who are original from a European country. Right. So they will enjoy it very much to see the program, I think.
And you know, I noticed that at the very end, we showed that when we showed your 11-minute clip of your first show, that you had a very nice verse, a very nice saying at the very end, that nice little verse that came up on the screen with the sun in the background. It was a very pretty scene. And it had a very special message, which was, you want to maybe mention what some of these things are that you tried to get across?
Yes, actually, I want to say with Carpe Diem that we have to enjoy every day of our life and love our life, what we are doing, and even when it is not always easy, never give up what we want to accomplish.
Yeah.
And just to try to be happy and create loving relationships and make your day beautiful.
And certainly the cultural things that you introduced on your program, the art and the museums and the clothing and the designer and so forth, are some of the things that can enhance a person's life and make life happier, more enjoyable.
Absolutely.
So you're very cultural minded, and you just felt that this is something that you need to communicate to other people.
Yes, to share with other people, yes.
This was your inspiration.
Yes, because I am also a person myself that I can also enjoy very little things in life, like having a cup of coffee on a terrace and enjoy the coffee and the little chocolate because I'm very sensitive for that. Mm-hmm. And all the little things in life that people in this hectic world should not forget to enjoy the moments from your life, the little.
And there's the title of your show. Enjoy life, enjoy the moment, which is Carpe Diem.
Yes, and be aware every day that every day is a new day, and you should make something out of it. And
you had I love the musical interludes in between the different segments, and you had a gentleman by the name of.
Yes, the pianist is Gary Regriaki.
Played the piano music.
Yes, he is the
classical music.
Classical music.
Very talented musician.
Absolutely, and he's also a composer.
Okay.
And the guitar player is Mr. Frank Smith. He was on several television shows too, and he is terrific. He does a great job.
Yeah,
the music is very nice.
I thought that was a beautiful touch, the way you had the music interspersed in between the different segments of the different interviews and so forth.
Right, and
very artistic program. I must commend you. I must compliment you.
Well, thank you very much.
Congratulated. Now you have some very ambitious goals for this program. You would like to take this program and right now you're appearing on one television channel in the Naples, Florida area where you're from, Channel 14.
Yes.
And hopefully we can expand that and go where with it.
Right. I'm working on that to get it on more channels, and also my next show will be all about Italy. This show was more about France because there were a lot of French people in the show, but the next show will be all about Italy.
And I guess in order to help promote that next show that you have coming up with, I'm going to take this little magazine that you were nice enough to bring to us, Jantiena, which shows a great big cover picture of something called
Lake Como.
Lake Como. For those of you who are uninitiated, that is a wonderful, gigantic, beautiful, magnificent lake right in central Italy, where Jantiena spends a lot of her time. She knows a lot of people there. She knows a lot of artists and artistic businesses and contacts there.
Right, but this is actually a magazine, a lifestyle magazine, and two ladies are running that, and they advertise all the luxury things in the Lake Como area in Milan, Lugano, Switzerland, and also, they create a new parfum line very, very soon. It's called Larius Profumo, and it is a unisex parfum, so it's as well for men as women.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
It's delicious. It will be launched in
October.
Can't forget the men
now. Absolutely, that's for sure.
And there is. In Italy, in the Lake Como, you have the fantastic silk industry, what will also be in my next program. And so I have this prepared for a long time already.
Now, Jantiena, what I am doing right now
Yes.
is I am pouring some champagne.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a
That will
glass
be
of champagne.
great. Thank you very much.
And I'm going to have a glass for myself. And I would like to offer a toast to you. The very best of luck with your Carpe Diem wonderful television program, bringing culture from Europe to the USA and from the USA back to Europe. Very best of luck. May you make many, many more wonderful programs and be on many television stations, not only in the Florida area, but throughout the rest of the country.
Right.
And maybe in some of those foreign countries in Europe that you traverse and travel so much to. So let's clink our little glasses together and
At
toast
life.
to you and to life and to happiness and to good luck. And we'll have a little sip of our champagne as we close out our show. And we want to thank everybody for watching our program today. Again, I'm John Monsul, the host, the producer, and the creator of Communicating Today, who had as his special guest sitting right alongside of me, this beautiful lady, Jantiena Fieyra, who has created and produced her very first television show that we showed you the 11 minutes of earlier in our program. She will be noticed. You can be sure that you'll see a lot more of this program in the very near future because she does a wonderful quality job on this show. There's no question about it. I want to mention also her email in case you folks would like to contact Jantiena. She's in the process of developing her website, but for now, her email is J, the initial J, her last name Fieyra, F-I-E-Y-R-A, @yahoo.com. That's her email if you'd like to contact Jantiena and find out more about this wonderful program and how possibly you may want to even be a part of this terrific show. Again, we thank you so much. Jantiena, thank you for coming on our
Thank you for
program.
this opportunity, John.
For the second time since last year. Come back and see us again and tell us all about your wonderful success with your terrific new program.
I will.
Carpe
Absolutely.
Diem, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm John Monsul, the host and producer of Communicating Today. We always go out by saying, keep on communicating for success and for wonderful programs like Carpe Diem with Jantiena Fieyra. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.